Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So I want to apologize for not uploading any theory videos, but when I came back from Sydney, I left my mic at my dad's. I mean, not my mic, sorry, the cord at my friend's that I was staying at. So I had to go and buy a new cord, and I didn't get one until now. Anyways, I'm also like kind of sorry that I didn't get to finish the Gears of War series and get to play 6 right away. Like, there are a bunch of videos up there, so I'll get to it eventually, but I'm going to finish Gears 3 first. But anyways, we're not here to talk about the Gears of War series, we're here to talk about the Life is Strange series. And this is actually, I was about to make a theory video myself, but I actually got a comment, and I had to look up, and it's pretty interesting. So this comment is about the cover for issue 10, I believe it is. And this was actually I was told this by a commenter named lifeishellapricefield. Damn right it is. Anyways, this person told me that the cover has changed, and I want to show you what it's changed. And this person's also written some other stuff that I thought that was interesting and that I thought I should mention. So you can see the cover here, okay? This is what the cover originally was, alright? Now take a look at the new one. As you can see, the blue butterfly has gotten a bit lighter blue, and we can see, like, if you look by her feet, just look at the whirlwind of butterflies, you'll notice that they've all changed too. So I'm just going to switch back to the original cover so you can see that. Okay, see how it's all different? And let's switch back. So what I want to do is I want to read to you what Life is Hella Pricefield put, and I want to go over what this could mean and mean for this upcoming arc, and what could possibly happen in future installments. Okay, so it says right here, hey, just so you know, they changed the color of the butterflies to rainbows, starting with red and ending with Chloe's blue butterfly. Now, with the change to the cover, we can really theorize what will happen, since butterflies represent transformation, rebirth, and guidance, and lastly, to enjoy the present, with bracket bars, this person looked it up, and rainbows represent peace, serenity, and a new beginning. My guess is that Max is finally going to accept her powers instead of fighting them, and Chloe will be the one to help her, and that in turn will give Max the peace she has been searching for. Also, since rainbows come after a rainstorm and the rewind symbol at her feet kinda looks like rain clouds, maybe we can assume one more storm before a fresh start. Storms probably caused by saving Tristan. The summary was interesting too, with Tristan at the heart of it, so the heart of the storm? I don't know. Anyway, this was my take on it. Still think like I told you. Oh, sorry. Still think like I told. No, that was right. So I thought I got wrong. Still think like I told you that Arc 3 is going to be a whirlwind of emotions. Guess we had better buckle up for this buckle up. This roller coaster might have us in tears. So that's pretty interesting because as you all know, Max, when you play the game, her powers do have limitations. We had in episode 2, if you remember, Max, she was able to, this is the only time we ever see Max do it, she's able to completely freeze time. And so she makes her way to Kate, who's about to jump off the rooftop. But once she gets up there, time plays. And Max is trying to use her hand to rewind, but she can't anymore because the powers have somehow been blocked off, or you know what I mean? That's whatever you want to call it. And I think it would be interesting to see Max reach her full potential because, like, let's face it, Max right now, the most powerful thing she has ever done as the transit, where at the end of issue 4, she uses the photo, goes into the transit, and she ends up, what's it called? She ends up in this new reality. But what's interesting is that it's not that she doesn't use her powers. It's like, look at Daniel, for example. Max doesn't use her powers because she knows the consequences. Like, she's scared that by rewinding time, she is basically going to screw stuff up. She's going to create another hurricane or a tornado, whatever it's called, and kill people. And that's what really frightens her. That's why she doesn't use her powers. That's what's so different from Daniel, because Daniel can use his powers free of charge. He doesn't need to worry about the consequences of another storm coming. But you see, when we progress through Life is Strange 2, you notice that Daniel's powers have, as the game goes on, they have significantly improved. Where in the first game he had trouble lifting. I mean, in episode 2, the beginning, the first part of it, we see him lifting rocks. And then in episode 3, we see him lift that big ass log, which I am surprised that none of the other people, like Finn and Cassidy, I'm surprised that they didn't, Penny and, everyone else, I'm surprised they didn't even see him lift it, see it floating in the air, let alone hear it splash. So, and the same thing does technically apply to Max too, because in episode 1, all she can do is rewind, right? In episode 2, she's able to freeze time. And in episode 3, she's able to travel back in time through a photograph. Okay, so I do believe that if she keeps using her powers to rewind, if she keeps training herself, then she can become a literal Time Lord, as Chloe calls it. As Chloe said to her, she calls her like a Time Master, a Time Lord, I forget what it was. So yeah, that could happen. And once Max has this power, like, she could maybe, let's just say, Tristan is the reason another storm comes. What if Max keeps everything in reality the same, but decides to remove the tornado from existence? That could be pretty interesting. Or what if Max decides she wants to go back to her own reality? She can do that. If she masters her powers, she can do whatever she wants without fear of consequence. I guess one way you can look at it is Elizabeth from Bioshock. If Max could, I wouldn't say she'd be as powerful as Elizabeth, because Elizabeth with her powers, she can basically see everything behind all the doors and what happens, different realities. But Max can choose her own realities. Okay, she can choose what to go to. But Elizabeth can also create realities. Now that would be pretty interesting to see Max do it, because I, for one, would find it pretty awesome if she is somehow able to go to a reality where she stops, like, where she and Chloe never separated. Like Max never moved to Seattle with her parents, and she stays there with Chloe. Her dad doesn't die. The two of them end up together. Nathan Prescott and Mark Jefferson end up going to jail, and Arcadia Bay doesn't get destroyed in the process. That, I think she could do that. Given if she trains herself, pushes herself hard enough, that is a definite possibility. And I really hope that's true. It does seem a little far-fetched, but I hope it's true nonetheless. So that's really all I wanted to talk about. Shout out again to Life is Hella Pricefield for commenting this, and yep. So this is his or her theory. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next one. This is TotalGamerJunkie signing off.